Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about how difficult and emotional the process really is to let go of people from your past who you once knew. So yeah, let's begin. So recently I met up with a very old friend of mine. We were best friends at one point during my entire, teenage years to my college years, university years. We were very close. She was one of the closest people in my life. She was like a sister to me. Like, I never had my own biological sister, but she was that sister to me. And we were just such a deep part of each other's lives. She knew everything about my life. I knew everything about her life. And something happened between us 2 years back. We had a fallout. And yes, there was a guy involved. It was kind of because of a guy. Not that we both had wanted the same guy. It wasn't like that. But it was about a guy that she was seeing. And he was really toxic. And we kind of had a few arguments, and then we had a fallout from there. And ever since then we have not spoken, and it's been over 1.5 years since we have barely spoken, like barely, from speaking every day on call for hours to just this. So it was a long time and a long break between us, and during that time period a lot had happened. A lot happened in my life, a lot clearly happened in her life. So when I saw her again recently, all those memories just came flooding back, and it was very overwhelming for me. It was very difficult for me to see her after so long, and just it felt like going back to a time in my life that I had left behind. I had my own challenges to go through, and she had her own. So it was a very difficult time in my life, and just seeing her once again just brought back that entire phase, and it literally brought back my entire childhood with her, my entire teenage years, all those memories that I had with her, the lovely memories, the good, bad, ugly, all of it. And it was very overwhelming. And I'm an empath, so feel very sensitive. Like, I'm highly sensitive to emotions, to energy. And just meeting up with her brought up so much past baggage, past emotions that I had suppressed, emotions that I thought I had moved on from, but I clearly had not. And all of that just came flooding back, just rushing back to me during those few hours that I had spent with her. It was very difficult for me. I obviously didn't express that. Like, if you saw me, you wouldn't be able to tell I am that overwhelmed, but I was internally. And I realized that this is what happens to, especially if you're highly sensitive, this is what it feels like when you are going back to your past. This is what it feels like to revisit a past that you have left behind long time back. When you get a chance to revisit it, you quickly realize that you are not there anymore. You quickly realize that even though the memories of that time live within you, and they probably always will, but you have moved on. Your life has moved on, and are a different person now. You're not really that person from that time, and you're not really that person that you were with that person from your past. You are not the same person. And I think coming to terms with that can be very difficult. It can take some time, especially if you're very sensitive, especially if you're very emotional as a person, as a being. It can take some time to come to terms with the fact that the past is over, that the past is gone, and the people in the past, they are gone with them. They are not coming back. And even if you meet, whether it's an old friend or an old ex or anybody, an old co-worker, colleague, even if you meet them years later, you will not find them the same way as they were in your past, when you knew them very closely and when you shared a very deep connection or bond with them. Now when you meet them, they will literally feel like strangers in a way. They will feel like, it'll feel really awkward. I mean, not awkward, because obviously you know who they are, but energetically, emotionally, you feel like you're meeting a stranger. And that is exactly what I felt. So I think when you feel this way, when you feel so overwhelmed, you need to realize that the past is over, and you have to let go of the past gracefully, with a lot of love for it, with a lot of love for who you left behind in that past. But you need to let go of it fully, emotionally, from an emotional level, from an energy level. You have to let go of that past in order to truly embody the you that you are in the present moment right now. And the you that you are right now is a different version of you. It is not the same version that was in that past. You have changed, you have evolved, you have grown so much, for the better, of course, and you have to fully embrace that. And I know it's very difficult to leave people behind. It feels wrong, especially if you're an empath. You feel guilty, you feel like you're doing something wrong to them by leaving them behind or by letting go of them. You feel like, you should keep them in your life, and they need to be a part of your life once again. But no, as difficult as it is for me to tell you this, I don't think that is the best option. I don't think that is the best thing for you. I think people that you have left behind in the past, you have left them there for a reason. As much as it hurts you to hear that, you need to hear that. We have a tendency in our lives, as we are going forward, to keep looking back in the rearview mirror once in a while and to want to keep going back. But here's the difference. You can look at that rearview mirror all you want. You can keep looking at it, but don't keep looking at it, because then you won't be able to focus on what's in front of you. But even if you look at it once in a while, don't turn your car around. You can't do that. You have crossed those roads, you have crossed those destinations, and you're going to a new destination now. It's just completely different, which is more aligned to who you truly are. And those people in the past, those places in the past, they just don't serve you anymore. I'm not asking you to hate them. They were there in your life for a reason. They served their purpose, and I'm sure they are very beautiful people. They are wonderful people. They have their own, purpose, their own mission, their own path in life. But they were there in your life for a purpose, and they have served that. Now it's time for you to let go of them and move on and look forward in your life. Look into the future and look at all the new possibilities and all the new people that are going to come into your life, who are so much more in alignment with your true self. So I hope you found this video helpful, and do let me know if you have anyone in the past, from your past, who keeps coming back or who you keep missing. And yeah, I'd love to hear your story, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.